we should be good.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody online throughout the universe, the millions of beings in the 3 times in the 10 directions, all 13 of you. We're going to begin this morning session by taking refuge and generating the enlightened attitude. Until I have reached full awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By means of beneficial actions such as generosity, may I attain enlightenment in order to benefit beings. Until I have reached full awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By means of beneficial actions such as generosity, may I attain enlightenment in order to benefit beings. Until I have reached full awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By means of beneficial actions such as generosity, may I attain enlightenment in order to benefit beings. May all beings find happiness in the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering in the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the perfect happiness that is free from suffering. May they abide in great equanimity, free from attachment and aversion to those near and far. May all beings find happiness in the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering in the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the perfect happiness that is free from suffering. May they abide in great equanimity, free from attachment and aversion to those near and far. May all beings find happiness in the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering in the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the perfect happiness that is free from suffering. May they abide in great equanimity, free from attachment and aversion to those near and far. Let's begin by just taking a little moment to make sure we're here. Whatever we've been doing so far, just let it fade away into the past and let go of what you might have to do in the future to fully really appreciate this moment where your body, your breath, your mind are together in this beautiful place. As we begin to turn our gaze inward, we're about to look at our mind, we first notice the way we sit, as the way we sit will have a direct influence on the state of our mind, so it's quite important. First, we notice the contact with the earth, and the kindness of our support and stability we gain through this support. We feel connected. Our hands are resting palm down, flat on our thighs, or in the meditation gesture, the right hand in the left, both resting in the lap. Our shoulders are slightly outstretched to make sure our back is straight without unnecessary tension. And as we do this, we maybe notice a certain tension around the navel. And as we breathe in and out, we let it relax and drop. until we find the center of gravity of the posture, which is slightly below the navel. Our chin is slightly tucked in. The mouth is relaxed, maybe in a half smile. And the tongue is lightly touching the palate. Our gaze is directed straight ahead, eyes half closed, slightly downward, in a soft and open vision of what is in front of us. Feel free to keep your eyes closed at times when you feel like it is more comfortable, more suitable. Now, when we pay attention to the breath, we notice the movement that comes mostly through our nostrils, sometimes deep and sometimes more shallow, and sometimes slow and sometimes faster. Whatever it is, we don't have to change it. Just notice the movement. If counting the rounds of breath helps, please do so. Now we come to the mind. Mind is a creative, dynamic space, and we notice sounds and other sense perceptions. We notice the inner movement of our thoughts and feelings. We maybe notice our impressions, likes and dislikes regarding the sense perceptions we are colliding with. And we'll just let that be. We don't have to suppress it to gain something. We don't have to play with it endlessly either. They're just like birds crossing the sky. They enter your field of vision, and very briefly after, shortly after, they leave your field of vision. Let your mind be. If it has thoughts, let the thoughts be. Don't prevent it. Don't extend it. And if the meditator, the perceiving mind, is not fighting or promoting the thoughts, they will just naturally arise and disappear. Maybe at time, they will cease manifesting. Not that we are looking for that particularly. But what we discover then is a sense of spaciousness and presence, in a general feeling of well-being. Not that we are looking for that particularly. It just happens to be, and just abide there. And when you drift away from this spacious presence, notice the drifting, simply disengage. Maybe come back to the breath for a while, find the balance, and enjoy it. Feel free to move a bit if you need. The Bodhi path, and I'm not talking about the center or the administrative part of it, I'm talking about the way to enlightenment. The Bodhi path, which is mind training, training the mind so that it comes to know itself. And in this awareness of its true nature, all confusion are, was tempted to say eliminated, but that's not really the spirit of it. To quote Gampopa, confusion dawns as wisdom. All the confusion being lifted or seen for what they are, just a misrepresentation of reality, give way to proper vision of reality when mind knows itself. So in order to achieve this, because this achievement is indissociable from its associated quality of compassion and benevolence. So when wisdom shines, the compassion is revealed. When the compassion grows, it gives space for wisdom to shine. So they're working hand in hand. And then on the way to enlightenment, they're working hand in hand. After enlightenment, they're working for the benefit of everybody, hand in hand, wisdom and compassion. And wisdom and compassion being indissociable are truly what the teacher is. Teacher is this. And he or she can appear in different forms, but the bottom line is that the union of compassion and emptiness is the very heart, intention and wisdom of all the teachers, those who help us to understand the way. But as far as we're concerned, trainees, there's one quality we really need, which is consistency. We really have to stick with it, mind training, until enlightenment is achieved. And one of the pieces of advice that you find in the 7th chapter of 7 Point of Mind Training is, as translated, don't be moody. Don't be sort of like unreliable. The term in Tibetan, yutsam, actually, you can understand it in a Tibetan way as a very short moment in time. And some texts, they even estimate that is between 8 and 48 seconds. Okay, like a very short, don't be flickery. That we could say maybe in English. Don't be moody in the sense of don't follow your mood swings all the time. Yeah, you start here and then you quit, and then you start something else and then you quit. You're quitting all the time, but you're also very enthusiastic. You know, there's a new thing, the new hype, the new things, and you want to try this. Okay, and then very quickly, you know, it loses its interest for you. It's like a piece of chewing gum. You know, first it tastes like strawberry, and then after that you realize it's just petroleum gum, and then you spit it. You don't like it. Okay, so that's a major obstacle when you try to really seriously cultivate an awareness of what mind is, cultivate, you know, benevolence in the general sense, and then even more so if you want to reach enlightenment. My teacher Gendin Rinpoche used to say, when you want to achieve enlightenment, you have to be as determined as someone who runs for presidency. Yeah, it's like you can't be sort of like as a tourist in there, you know, he has to throw everything into it. as Dogen said, throw your heart mind into the practice. So consistency is the key element. It's perseverance, comes from joy, knowing that we're doing the right job and we're pulling the cart in the right direction. And we know that anytime we stop pulling, we lose the momentum. And then we have to fight as we start pulling again. We have to fight the inertia again. So it's very important to keep pulling. Even if you go very slowly, it doesn't matter. But you're pulling, and there's no dead moment. But here in this case is, goldfish commitment to Dharma, 8 to 48 seconds. And then after that, you're on to something else. We all know people that are like this, especially when we look into the mirror. We all know people that are like this, that are like gun hole. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do what? Like our dog, who's very dedicated until he sees a squirrel, and then goes after that, right? And can't catch it, so he comes back to whatever he was doing, but don't remember. And then after a while, you feel like Dharma doesn't work. I should be enlightened by now. Like in 2007, when Shamar Rinpoche gathered a group of us who were going to be maybe Dharma teacher in the Bodhi path, he said, as one of the first things, you guys have been practicing for a long time and you're not enlightened yet. So that means that it didn't work. I consider you've been like giving 30 years of your life to this thing, and your teacher says like, close but no cigar. Okay. And I said like, well, we have to rethink the entire thing. Let's start from scratch. After 30 years, some didn't take it. They just disappeared, and we never saw them again. And some of us said like, well, what do you think? Mind training. Okay, just work on that. Just work on that. Mind training, and hopefully understand the nature of your mind, nature of reality. Just work on that. And well, he said that Chikawa Yoshidoji, who wrote this commentary, 7 Point of Mind Training, reached a realization of the true nature of mind in 13 years of this practice. So this was in 2007. I'm not good at math, but I better hurry up because the term is almost to show enlightenment with the mind training. But if I don't reach that in the imparted time, it's probably because my mind was like a goldfish, very flickery, very moody. Moody in the sense of I have interest, then I don't. I have interest for something else, then I don't. It's that's really a major obstacle. So understand the reason why you're doing it, whether it's hard or not. It doesn't really matter. A friend of mine in the monastery used to say, when I was living outside and having family and business, man, it was hard. Now I'm in the monastery, man, it's hard. That's not the question. Is it equally hard? And but the outcome, might be different. So find the joy and the perseverance, and then notice when you're sort of like distracted by something else, and just like a dog chasing a squirrel, you're about to go, and then just drop it and just stay where you are. And for that, the practice must be simple and essential. If you get lost in the details, you got like so many opportunities to get lost. Like, oh, I've got a new little hand drum, I can play like this. Oh, I have to learn what is the real way of playing it. And as a teacher from the 19th century, Patrul Rinpoche said, you play your antique drum just for the pleasure of the novelty of the sound. So we get lost in detail. But when you have a basic teaching like this, which is it's all a dream, love them all, breathe in, breathe out. Okay? That's it. There's not much opportunity to get distracted. So you can find the consistency there, which is the main quality. So that's all I have to say for today. Let's go back to our meditation. Through this merit, may I attain true omniscience. Then, having overcome all harmful, destructive forces, may I liberate sentient beings from the ocean of existence, with its turbulent waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. May the most precious mind of awakening that has not yet dawned now rise. Once arisen, may it never decline. May it continue to increase evermore. Thank you all very much. Thank you, friends from the internet. Wherever you are, take care of yourself and others, and see you next time. Same time, same channel. Be well. Bye.